always start with what I know. Here's the heart. So coming out of the heart, this part right here. Shoot.
Nope, I was gonna just
Whatever.
tape.
Ready?
No.
Okay. You'll put me on pause. Those of you that-
Yeah, you guys are.
Not
That's
enough
not my
storage,
tape.
just
It.
kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, this is, can you see this? This is the ascending aorta. Ascending aorta first. And then, of course, the aortic arch. Okay. And then descending thoracic aorta. We only see a little bit of it here. It goes underneath the heart. Okay, so you really aren't seeing much. But ascending aorta, aortic arch, descending thoracic aorta. Underneath the heart, here's the diaphragm, and then it becomes descending abdominal aorta. Should be no trouble with that. Now, off the aortic arch in the human, we have 3 branches. In the cat, we only had 2. In the human, we have 3. And this first branch right here, which is covered up by these veins, is the brachiocephalic artery. Okay, and it has 2 parts to it. It has the right jugular. No, that's so wrong. It's an artery. It has the right common carotid artery. Take that back. The right common carotid artery going up to the head. And then it has our continuum. So this would be subclavian. Then in the armpit, axillary. In the arm, brachial. And then it'll branch to radial and ulnar. I think this is a little clearer. Wait, I won't get to that side yet. But subclavian, axillary, brachial, radial, ulnar arteries. The second branch off the arch is the left common carotid artery going up to the head. The third branch is that continuum, subclavian, axillary in the armpit, brachial in the arm, and then branch to radial and ulnar, even though his arm's the other way. It's not an anatomical position here. Pretty good, right? Okay. For the veins, this is the superior vena cava, and the blood's draining and going back to that. So the superior vena cava is formed by the brachiocephalic veins. There are 2 of them. This is a big one. The left is nice and big, but the right, see how small that is? That's a tough one, tiny. But that's left and right brachiocephalic veins. Only one brachiocephalic artery. The brachiocephalic veins are formed by the jugulars, and you don't have to worry about internal and external jugulars for this, just jugular veins. And then, of course, the continuum, subclavian, axillary in the armpit, brachial in the arm. But they've cut them off. There's nothing on the left side here for the veins. And on the right, they've cut off the brachial right here. So it would be subclavian, then axillary, then brachial. There are 3 veins in the arm of the human that we have to know, which is different than the cat. In the cat, we just had to know brachial. And they are basilic, brachial, which is cut off, and cephalic, BBC. Okay? Basilic, brachial, which is cut off, and cephalic. And then if you go down, you'll see that the basilic is going to cross over as the median cubital. That's where they draw blood. Okay? And again, radial and ulnar. Oh, and nursing? Okay. I just want to make sure you can also see here. This, it's hard to see here. There's nothing here. This would be the inferior vena cava. It continues down. Also, you have the pulmonary trunk. Yeah, remember, pulmonary arteries are blue and pulmonary veins are red. You cannot see the azygos on this. So descending abdominal aorta, inferior vena cava. Remember I told you these little nubbets, I'm not testing you on, that's mean and nasty to learn these nubbets. They ask people. When there are 2 kidneys, you should be able to do renal, artery and vein, spleen, splenic artery and vein, liver, hepatic artery and vein. Very simple. If you get those wrong, then I can't help you, because that's like too easy. And then as we go down the descending abdominal aorta or up, the inferior vena cava, we have a branch. And so we have common iliac arteries and veins. The little guys that go down are internal iliac arteries and veins, and then external iliac arteries and veins. And so this is another continuum. The external iliac becomes the femoral and the thigh, popliteal behind the knee, which will then branch to the posterior tubular and anterior tubular. Very easy. Now they cut off the femoral veins here, but it would be the same thing. It would be external iliac, femoral vein, popliteal vein, but that's not what this is right here. This is the great saphenous vein. That's the longest vein in the human body, and very, very superficial. Okay? This is where the femoral would be coming. They cut it off. That's it.
So they put in the dialysis catheter.
They do. They do. Okay. So
Oh no, I'm asking you, but I don't know why I was asking that. Sorry.
Because you know I won't know.